Well, once again, I'm going to resort to video for an update on things happening here at the building. We're going to trim this bush in about an hour from now. Ron's going to come over and help with that. It's out of control. Also need to plant some stuff in these beds. Sign's going to go on top of the pole there. Okay, it's kind of messy because of the tile that was being put in. We put a couple of unique bushes here, some oleanders and some hibiscus, just to have something interesting to look at out the window. What are those signs? That window's going to be replaced. Here's all the chairs, well, most of them, stacked here to be out of the way. And here's where I've been stockpiling all the equipment because this is that existing tile floor, and the rest of it, the flooring, is going to be replaced. So we've got the espresso machine, a lot of the equipment, the grinders, then there's the drip coffee machine is back there. This is the ice machine. All these are the patio chairs and tables, and here's what the chairs are like. They have a spring action to them, which is kind of nice. Very comfortable. So I think I'm going to have to get a chain and chain them up every night though, and lock them. Okay, the sitting room, I just painted in here, so I've got the ladder and the table in here, but all the outlets off, but you can see the tiles done. And it looks good. I mean, it could use a mopping, but, and the wall is going to look terrible because it's half dry. So it's kind of a coffee color, actually. So it's just these two walls that are painted, and then this wall is brick and glass, and of course that's all window. So I think the floor turned out nicely though. So we have the tile floor and brown wall. Nothing changed in the book room. This carpet hasn't been replaced, obviously. Stockpiling some of the stuff in the vault here. This is going to be replaced. This carpet's coming out, and they're going to put the vinyl floor in there. That's going to be the shipping computer. And this is the cash register system to be used with the iPad. And getting over here, I'm really pleased. We changed the idea on the counter here. Originally, this wall, remember, was full height all the way out here. And I was going to put a counter, just a a non-permanent counter here to set the register on. But instead, I'm going to put a bakery display case here with the clear front, so people can pick pastries or cookies or whatever. There will be a walk space over here, but this will be a cabinet sitting here. And then we cut this down and used some of the existing countertop here, and this will be where the register goes. And of course these boxes are on here because it's been glued down, and so this is not, hasn't been finished yet, but and then they capped this counter with wood. So here's what it's going to look like from the serving side. So the register will sit right here, and then over here will be enough room for me to do my packaging, because books and hats are small. It's one little box, so I'll be able to do that. So I'll still have my shipping station and have the register nice and compact all in one spot. And the floors in here, of course, have been tiled. We went with a 1-foot baseboard, the full tile width on this whole wall, because this has to have the fiberglass board, the plastic put up here. So that's got to be done yet. So the 3-compartment sink will go here, hand wash sink here, ice machine here, probably the blender here, and the fountain for the soda water, the chilled soda water. Then we're going to do an 8-foot stainless steel table either up against this wall with the freezer on this end, or put the freezer here and then the 8-foot table, and that'll bring us out, stainless steel table with the shelf underneath, and that'll bring us out to right about halfway in the window. And so the drip machine will go here, and the espresso machine will go right here, right behind the register. And then on this side, I know I'm avoiding the window, but we'll look at that. They took out the deposit box safe that was there. But this is where the Coke cooler is going to go from Viking Coca-Cola, and they'll put in the bottled stuff, the V8s and whatever other stuff, Coke and that kind of stuff, bottled water. And I had them tile. This didn't have to be tiled, but it made sense to just tile the entryway here for easy cleanup. So again, this is where the pastry case will go, and that'll work out really well. Okay, so here's the window. They haven't finished trimming it out on the inside yet, but it's just a vinyl window. It's got, we're gonna have to hand over this. It's not smooth and flat like at the, I looked at one at Wendy's and it was smooth and flat, but those windows are thousands of dollars. This one was a couple hundred, and it's a nice vinyl window. But this looks really great from the outside, so I'll show that soon. So again, if you remember this door, there was a door here, so we cut that out and moved that over here. And this was all open, but now there's a door here, so that's been drywalled, and it's going to need to be painted, of course. Or actually, no, that's going to get the glass board over it. So, and this is where the refrigerator will sit. It'll be a big monster, and of course, this will be open here. Wasn't sure if we'd be able to use this door or not, but I think we will. So again, here's looking into there. Lights don't work in the hallway here, so this is going to be a little bit dark. Here's the 3-compartment sink. It's not the biggest sink in the world, but it only has to be big enough to submerge half of your largest item. I'm going to turn the light on. There we go. Then I can look back. Here's the freezer, the back of it. But it's an under counter freezer, so you can use that top as counter space actually, which I'll probably have the blender on top of there. Not 100% sure yet. Okay, back in the furnace room, this again is where the water heater is going to go, the big water heater. I've got the, this is the phone and the internet from Charter coming in, and this is the router. The Cisco router, and that I'm going to mount that here, and then that'll free up space. But this is I hear the water running a little bit. This is interesting. This is going to come out because we're going to get a full-size water heater, and we're going to put the carbonator will fit nicely on this shelf. And there's water coming in and electricity for it. And it'll sit there. It's not a very big unit, and we'll have to have a CO2 cylinder. But that chills the water to 40 degrees or whatever you want it to be, and then carbonates it or serves non-carbonated chilled water. But going into that, we're going to have the descaler here, and then a carbon backwash filter system to run all the water, so it'll be just like bottled water at the faucets. So that's that setup. Oh, and then the carbonated water line will have to go through the ceiling. Fortunately, I'm going to need about 32 feet of line, and it costs $18 and something a foot because it's made to handle the pressurized water. So let's go outside. There's just a couple things to see out there, and this tour will be done. Look at that. The last video, this was all covered in snow, but now we have grass. Okay, that pile of wood I made yesterday in that brush is half of it. The rest of it's on the truck waiting to get dumped off. But I cut a limb off here and here, and there's one on the side there and one there off this box elder. And really the whole tree needs to come down. I noticed this one has got a split, this branch here, and it's junky. There's dead pieces, and it's a box elder. But this will have to do for now. At least you don't hit your car when you drive through. Here's the old window. It's a monster. And here's how the window looks on the outside. I'm thrilled with it. I think they just did a fantastic job trimming this out. Remember, the depository drawer that pops out was down here, so we had to trim it somehow, and they just trimmed it with the steel. And then, of course, it matched the rest of the window frame there. Oh, there's me. So that'll be good. In fact, I was thinking about a menu, but it's going to be hard to see anywhere in the car. So I think what we'll do is just attach something on the inside of this window, and it's not like a fast food place where we have endless things to choose from. So we'll just put it on there and can help people personally as they drive up. And one thing we found that wasn't good, this faucet here comes up through the slab inside there and back to that room where the water comes in the building, and they had turned it on to use it for their tiling and stuff that they were doing. And I noticed the meter was running, and in all the faucets, every sink and everything, nothing was running. The toilet wasn't running, but the meter was going like there was water going through it. But we couldn't find it anywhere, so we turned off the valve internally that feeds that, and of course the meter stopped. So somewhere under here is a leak, and I hope it didn't excavate a big cavern under there and the whole building's gonna collapse. But yeah, that wasn't good. I noticed, so it must have really been coming out, because this thing was barely trickling out of here when that was done. Okay, so that is an update on everything. As soon as the carpet's replaced, I'll be able to put the books in and start setting up hat racks. The other equipment on the way, the refrigerator is on the way. Tabletops, I've got the legs. Whoops. And in the restaurant business, table legs, here you go, are always sold separately from the tops for some reason, and the legs are pretty much all the same, but the tops are different. I had some black tabletops, but they look terrible with the chairs and the wall and stuff. So those are going, and I'm going to exchange them for wood colored tops. What else is coming? Of course, the water system is on the way. The stainless steel table isn't here yet, and what else do we need? Oh, the bakery display case is the other thing I was thinking of. So with that, a handful of more things that should be in next week. We'll just, really, it's going to come down to the plumbing. Just waiting on the plumbing to get done. I submitted the paperwork to the state today, or the county, I should say, for the the health part of it, and that should be pretty straightforward. And all we need is the plumbing. That's the only thing left. And then we'll be able to be in business. Oh, there's the truck outside with all the brush on it. The end.